She like pets my head and pulls my hair, and she's like, "Is that a wig or is that your hair?" And I say, "It's my hair, Karen, but it's meant to look like a wig." And she's always like, "That's spectacular." And it's happened probably like 10 times.
I don't know. Don't quote me on this.
Well, it's going in the video, so you are going to be quoted on it, actually. What's up? This is Tom from Suburban Hell Tapes, here for Utopian Voids. We're at CK doing some band interviews, and today I'm here with Violet. Violet, how's it going?
Good.
Good.
You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Kristen.
And I think I'm Paul.
Yeah, Paul, I think you're in another band as well that we have worked with before here at Utopian Voids.
Yeah, I think that's a rumor, but maybe it's true.
No Exits, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys will remember, this totally slipped my mind, but I was hanging out with you at the house show last year. Dustin was there, and you had a really cool poster for that had like a crystal on it. I like that artwork a lot.
Yeah, that was our house.
Yeah.
And our crystal.
Nice place.
Thank you.
I still remember like that cocktail mix thing you made.
Yeah.
Because that got me fucked up that night. That's what the memories are coming back now.
Yeah, I think that was lavender from our garden and gin, lemons.
Maybe mostly gin if you got fucked up.
Yeah,
Mostly
probably
gin.
mostly gin.
Yeah.
I believe there were some baked goods as well, or something sweet. I remember.
Yes, there were vegan cupcakes.
Oh yeah, they were really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I saw you guys just dropped a new track this month called "Cry Cry." Anything you guys want to say about that?
I actually recorded that track with my good buddy Kim Lane Bowen, and we did it I think like 3 years ago, and I just finally put it out.
That's cool. Is it mostly just singles released right now, or was there any EPs?
It is, but I'm really working on getting a full-length album. I want to do like an album with a little art book, and I think Dustin is going to help do some of the recording.
Ooh, really?
Yep.
Very cool. Yeah, so can you talk about a little bit about the art that you do as well? I remember seeing some at the show. It was really cool. Yeah,
I do media art and video art, so like single-channel videos and installation pieces, and I like to do lots of sampled media pieces. So I did a whole series using like all Atari, Nintendo, Sega Genesis media.
Wow.
I'll send you something. I did like a whole remake of Kanye West's Bound 2 with all like Atari, Nintendo media, like matching all the shots and stuff.
So when you say you're using the media, like what exactly does that mean?
So like getting games and then taking like a horse riding or like footage from the road and cruising USA, and then just taking that media and mixing it together.
Okay, so you're like kind of recreating stuff shot for shot, but in different kind of games or stuff like that?
Yeah, it actually took, I think, like 8 weeks of like almost full-time work, because I was trying to match like every single shot exactly, angles as much as we could and all that.
Man, that is so cool, because I'm really interested in stuff like that too, that combines like kind of elevating, I mean, video games already are an art form, but also maybe elevating them into something more, I don't know, like synthesizing stuff from video games into a new art form, right?
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to shout out, like any upcoming shows or anything you're working on, or just in general?
Well, we're playing Utopian Voids on April 5th, so Paul?
Yeah, I mean, Utopian Voids is pretty much the shit to do. I mean, it's like the place you want to be, so you'll miss out if you don't come. It's always a good time, but particularly if Violet's on the bill there. Shameless self-promotion, of course.
That's good. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, it's actually our favorite series in the whole Inland Empire. When I first came to LA, I used to go to stuff at Hush Club, and that was like our favorite spot to play, our favorite spot to go, and then now we have something like right close to home here in Pomona, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, keeping the music scene alive local and just kind of building that network. And so the Hush Club, I don't think I've heard of that one before. Where was that at?
That was at the Hyperion Tavern.
It was in Silver Lake in LA. It was like this kind of like sort of like semi-speakeasy vibe where it was like you go in and like Don Bowles was like DJing, and then Karen Centerfold, which is like this crazy local legend lady. I don't know, you can Google her and find out more information about her. But they would have like a Wednesday night free show there, and like you'd have like bands from everywhere. People would come from Australia just playing some random show there. You'd have like the crazy space cat lady, like they would do like weird stories. We actually also discovered Christmas in America, which is like this cult, like late 70s evangelist like lady that does this Christmas special, and they screened it there, and then now we've taken it to having a Christmas party themed around that too.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that's like kind of like the whole night was a collaboration of like both music and sort of local artists and people that were doing kinds of weird things there, and you just get like random people walking in and showing up and doing stuff, and kind of like any semi-legal bar situation.
Yeah, and it was curated by Don Bowles from the Germs. The first time we went in there, my old bandmate was in town, and we just went up to him and we're like, Don, we want to play your show. And he's like, you got it. So it was kind of curated and kind of random. If he liked the looks of you, he just let you play.
Yeah, I think that's also where when you met Karen Centerfold, you had something interesting happening there too.
Well, I've met Karen Centerfold several times. She never remembers me, but she always does the same thing. She comes over and she like pets my head and pulls my hair, and she's like, is that a wig or is that your hair? And I say, it's my hair, Karen, but it's meant to look like a wig. And she's always like, that's spectacular. And it's happened probably like 10 times.
So yeah, do you guys want to talk a little bit about like describe your music and your sounds, and maybe also curious about the origin of your band name?
Okay, so the band name origin, I played in a band called Intrafaction in New York, and then we were like a trio, and then my buddy Nick and I split off and we became Violet Transfiction, and then when I split off from that and went solo, I just went Violet, and now he's kind of like the Violet, the other Violet to
Two
my
Violets.
Violet. Yeah.
Ultraviolet.
Yeah. I'm really bad at talking about my own music, but in my head it sounds like a lot more Americana than it is. So I kind of started when I was working on solo songs, looking for an instrument that had like more of a country sound. So I was thinking about getting an auto harp, but I tried one out and they're really hard to keep in tune. So I got a little auto harp synthesizer, an Omnichord, and then
nice.
That was actually like way back in 2013. So
Wow.
I certainly wasn't the first one to discover the old Omnichord. I mean, David Bowie and lots of other people had used it, but still it wasn't as prevalent as it is now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot harder to find one now, right?
I don't know, man. There's like a lot of Omnichords were made because apparently they were like big in churches, like pastors used them because they're like really good for hymns and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. It kind of serves a similar role to like an organ, right, where you're just playing chords on it, basically.
Yeah, and it just has like a really warm. I love analog synth sounds. I played a microcorg before that in my old band, and so it was kind of like I went from microcorg to Omnichord.
Man, so one of my teachers growing up had a auto harp, and then I thought it was so cool, and then I discovered the Omnichord, and then I have a microcorg as well. So you're making me want to make the move to get an Omnichord now.
Yeah, there's lots of Omnichords out there.
Yeah, there's like different generations of them too, and then I think at some point they kind of went from being an Omnichord to almost like a keytar looking thing.
Yeah, I think they called that the Q chord. Yeah, it became the Q chord, and it's kind of like more based on a guitar than an auto harp, but the like later Omnichords have MIDI out. So that's a cool feature if you get a later one.
Yeah, that would be cool, like using it as a sequencer, basically. Yeah, that would be sick. Oh, you're making me want to buy a gear now.
Well, I have two. You can come over and play the Omnichord with us.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, hopefully I would love, if you guys ever have a party there again, or a house show, I would love to come through. So
definitely. That was our first one, and we were kind of inspired by Dustin and all the stuff you guys get together, and kind of want to like set up our home camp here.
That's great. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're trying to help out with that.
Yeah, thank you.
Favorite food spot in New York that you miss the most, and favorite food spot in LA?
Oh, wow. That's tough. I mean, I guess I can't just take it down to one spot in New York, but just like the street falafels, you can get like a falafel sandwich at like 1 o'clock in the morning for like $4 there. And I don't think that exists in LA. Favorite food spot in LA? Paul, you know my heart and my food. What is it?
I mean, you like fish tacos a lot.
Nice.
So I mean, there's like numerous spots here, but I think actually the true answer to this is Kristen's like a really sick baker and cook and stuff like that. So pretty much whatever is coming out of the oven is my favorite.
How sweet.
But I don't know what Kristen's favorite is. Yeah.
I like eating at home, but there's the Lebanese taco place. It's like Lebanese Mexican fusion in Boyle Heights. I can't remember the name of it. It starts with an X and it's really hard to pronounce, but
okay.
That is like my favorite taco.
That sounds like a really interesting fusion combination.
It is, yeah.
What is the genesis of your music making? How does a song come about from the seed of inspiration to the finished product?
I think for me, it's basically all my songs are dark, sad love songs. So I think from like heartache, longing, fighting with my baby, all those things. So I think a song for me starts with kind of like something that's on my mind, something I'm going through, and then I'll usually make a melody, get out my Omnichord or my guitar, put some chords to it, and then kind of goes from there. I've worked with my producer Kim, and sometimes he'll like make a beat for me, or Paul. Paul's actually a really good drummer also. He hasn't used his drumming skills recently, but yeah, so he'll do beats for me, and then I usually do like the bass line first on a synth, like my microKORG or something like that, and you know, I don't know what else. Sometimes Paul helps me with synth lines, sometimes I do them myself.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Do you have a favorite microKORG preset that you remember the number of? Mine is A55.
A55.
You know what that is, probably.
I feel like A71 used to be used a lot for me, but I'd have to get home and check out my microKORG because I haven't played her in a while. She's feeling pretty lonely.
She's lonely.
Yeah.
She needs some love.
Yes, she does.
This has been Tom from Suburban Hell Tapes, here for Utopian Voids at CK with Violet Violet. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thanks, Tom.
Of course. Thank you so much for watching. Back to you.
Thanks for watching.